Hi friends, here's my Writer's Path project. It starts here on the Plateau of Pride. I'm starting here because I expect to have some news in the next week that I'm going to be a little bit proud of, and I want to just rest here for a second, but I can't stay long before I have to leap off this plateau and get catapulted into this big scary forest. Now you'll see a red star here in the center of this big scary forest. That T stands for thesis topic. I'm in search of it because the thesis topic that I started this year with is actually not going to work. I'm not going to be able to use anything that I did this semester, and I'm going to have to start from scratch. Now, to get to that thesis topic, I have to clear out some attention because I have a lot of things in my way. Kid 1 and Kid 2, who have both moved back into the house, and which that means I no longer have access to the room of my own for writing. It means work, which is a heavy schedule, and I've agreed to co-edit a book with some colleagues. These things could make me tip over into the expanding quicksand of work, which would soak up all of my time and attention and not leave me any time for writing. The expanding quicksand of work. I will leap out of that quicksand, but I land here on this tiny little tree called HRC, which is the Human Rights Commission that I chair for my community right now, and we're in the middle of a big initiative which is taking up a lot of time. But that will be done soon, and I will be able to plow through this dense forest and find my thesis topic. Once I have it, I can leap out of this forest and into the vines of terror. This is where I could get paralyzed because it just feels impossible. I doubt that I'll be able to do the thesis work in the time allowed. I could find other entanglements that will take up my time and attention. I might get totally lost. I might get so disheartened that I'll turn back, or at least be tempted to. But I promise you, friends, I will try to push through these vines of terror and leap onto Internship Incline. Now, when that starts in January, it will take me closer and closer and closer to Mount Thesis. Now, as everyone knows, one does not simply walk up to Mount Thesis. It's hard, hard work. We all know this. It's writing and revising, and I'm going to pray that I make it to the top of Mount Thesis and down the other side to the graduate reading in May. And if I make it past these two, I am going to stop and smell the roses for a minute before I leap onto my writer's bike path. This is where I develop a habit of writing for life. It begins here at the rugged rocks of regular writing. It will include working on major projects like my thesis and other projects that I would like to turn into a book. It includes Write On, which is the Facebook group that we've started for Bay Path alum to encourage each other and keep writing after graduation. It will include using prompts on a regular basis to take me out of my comfort zone and start new pieces. It will include working with the Forge Literary Magazine, which I've been working with for the last year. I'll continue to read for them and work with their editing board. And I will attend workshops to keep me learning and pushing myself forward. It also includes frequent visits to the Desert of Submission. This is where I send all those pieces I've been writing and working on. You'll see 100 black dots in the Desert of Submission. That represents 100 rejections. If I'm sending out enough pieces that I get 100 rejections over the course of a year, chances are really good that something will be published. I will use those things that are being published to strengthen my platform. It will include essays, blog posts, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook presences, and networking, that word that strikes terror into the heart of introverts everywhere. But as I strengthen my platform, it will come through these pieces that are sent into the mysterious mists. This is the place where editors take and read pieces that you think are really good, but for some mysterious reason never get published. Never mind. Other things will, over time. Back on the bike path of the writer's life. By next fall, I know that the book I'll be editing for work will be done. That'll come off my plate, leaving more time for the regular writer's life. Next January, I'll end my chairmanship of the Human Rights Commission, clearing up more space for my writer's life. These microphones represent the interviews that I plan to do for some of the books and essays that I will be working on, that I hope to work on. And eventually, sometime in the 2019-2020 years, I will arrive here at Sabbatical C. Yes, for my job, I get a 3-month sabbatical. This is when I will clean up my manuscript and go fishing for an agent. Look, there's just so many of them to choose from. And the agent will grab my book and put it upon the USS Smooth Sailing and sail off into the sunset, hopefully with a published book project. And while that's in the works, I will be going back to the rugged rocks of regular writing to continue submitting things to the mysterious mists of editors and adding them to my platform. There's my writer's life in a nutshell. Thanks for your patience.